So, where is our little intro? Hi, Ashlen. How are you, man?
Hello and welcome, Derek. Thanks for having me on the show. No, I'm good, thank you. And yourself?
No, I'm excellent, man. Listen, Ashlen, it's been a long time since we've been live, and I hope that this will be a good show. We haven't spoken in quite some months regarding Fantasy Premier League and regarding football in general. I invited one of our guests. Hi there, you two, whoever you are. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. It's me, Ashlen, and Derek on the Fantasy Premier League. Ashlen, I invited Mr. Andon Lee also to join the show as he is the front runner currently. We are so privileged to have the front runner of the Fantasy Premier League with us on the show today. I'm so happy. I'm excited. I don't know when he's going to join, but I'm so excited. As for you, man, how has the Fantasy Premier League been treating you?
I started off badly, I think, but then in recent weeks, I came back and I crawled my way back into seventh place, I think. So it's been up and down, and it's difficult to catch up to the guys because the teams are quite similar, and you need like a decent guy to make up points for to make points up on the other guys. So I think it was Salah. Salah killed me when I didn't captain him a few times. So, what about you? How are you doing?
No, listen, man, I'm excellent. I'm excellent. We have a few comments there coming in from the guys. Hi, guys. Hi, hi, hi. Goeienaand, goeienaand, manne, goeienaand. Guys, we're gonna check. We're not able to see um, who your name is. Could you please just allow Facebook to tell us who you are? Because we're not able to see your names. But goeienaand for you ook. Andon Lee
It's
just sent me a message telling me that he's struggling to get into the stream. I hope this is gonna um, not hamper anything. But yeah, I think it's in the comment section. As I'm just going through a few comments. Um, so yeah, the second one is it still won't let me in. Still won't let me in. That's Andon Lee. Andon, listen, man, just press on the button. I did send you the link. Just click on the link and do your stuff, do your magic. We're waiting for you online, man. You are the champion. The show is actually all about you. So please, man, make sure you come on. Ashlen the cock, Bowen saved you. Listen, Facebook user, could you please just tell us your name as you're leaving a comment because we're not able to currently see who you are. But thank you very much for joining us. We are up to 7 um, fans right now. Thank you very much, guys. I'm going to share this. Please share in all your links. The Fantasy Premier League show. I see you guys have missed us a lot. Um, I'll just be active in the comments. Okay, okay, and then Lee. Ashlen, it's over to you. Okay, it's Lee. It's Lee. Mr. Trendsetter is also live. Hi, Lee, man. Thank you very much for joining the show. And everyone that's in the comment section, let me leave Ashlen to it while I'm going to be busy sharing the rest of the stream. So, yeah, Ashlen, man. My Fantasy Premier League hasn't been bad. It also hasn't been good because, as you know, I'm still a learner in this whole Fantasy Premier League thing, and this is my first season. Me and Ruwan, and I'm actually moving up to the top 20 right now. So yeah, I think I'm doing quite well in my little sphere of trying to do the thing. But yeah, that's how it is. Andon Lee's in the comment section. So Ashlen, if you have anything to ask Andon Lee, because I have a question to ask him, but I'm gonna let you shoot first while I'm gonna be busy sharing the rest of our content.
so thank you, there, Derek. So it depends what we're gonna do now because based on fantasy Premier League, you know that a few teams have been hit with COVID and lots of postponements like in recent weeks from, let's say, the beginning of December until now. And there's one more team in danger, and that is Leicester. So there's some rumors coming out that some of their team members they caught COVID, so their game might even be postponed. So just keep an eye on that. Something I wanna touch on is there's AFCON at the moment, and lots of
Yeah.
injuries, and like if you still have your chips left, it depends on how are you going to how are you going to tackle the situation, because I know a lot of us we do have injuries. And my question to you guys or the fans that are watching at the moment, what are you guys planning on doing? Because you can free it, you can wild card, or you can even play the surprise triple captain. I'm not sure. I think there might be two double game weekends back to back, which is this one, and the following one, like the weekend of the 21st. So I don't know what are you guys gonna do? What about you, Derek? What are you gonna do? Do you think you're gonna wild card? Do you think you're gonna play free if you still have one? Also, yeah, if you play fantasy, and you don't know yet that we actually received an extra feature. It's basically some compensation for us, for us who have been hit by COVID, your teams, and you can actually play a second free, which never happens. It never happens. You only get one free chip for the whole season. So my question to you is, Derek, what about you? What do you think you're gonna do?
Listen, man, Ashlen, that's a very good question. Thank you, Lee. Yeah, we can see your name now. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Lee. Ashlen, that's a very, very, very good question, a very valid question. Sorry, guys, for that you didn't see me right now. I was just busy sharing. I hope the guys will tune in right now. The guys are still sleeping. This is the Fantasy Premier League, SKS Fantasy Premier League. We're back with Ashlen, the expert, and we have Mr. Anden Lee, Mr. Lee Messenheimer. This is the guys that is in the top 10, top 5. Listen, we have the professionals of Fantasy Premier League here, guys. So take some tips, take some notes. Ashlen, as for me, I played my wild card. You know, I'm a rookie. I just do this stuff. I just played my wild card straight because I needed to add a few new players. The likes of who did I bring in? Yeah, quite new players. As I learned that people should be quite confidential with this. But as for me, I played my wild card. I played my wild card to bring in transfers. But this thing of this whole game week, 2 game weeks, and the thing of how do you call it, games being postponed, it's not good, man. It's messing up our scores. How did you handle it over this course of time?
Yeah, like Lee said there that Bowen saved me. So yeah, I went with Bowen and he scored 2. And I watched the game last night. And there was an opportunity for him to even get 3 goals where I think it was Antonio. He was like faking to shoot in the small little box. And he could have just passed the Bowen just to award him his hat trick, because he wouldn't have missed. His confidence was boosting. He was on fire last night. I think he hit the post like 3 times or 2 times, and he scored 2 goals, and he was all over the place. Something I also want to touch on is you remember that season of Leicester where Leicester won the league? I feel that at the moment David Moyes and West Ham, they have this feeling. They can smell 4th place. Like they can smell Champions League football. I know Arsenal, you guys are in the race. United, we're far behind. Not far behind, but we a couple of losses away or losses away from the guys. So you guys need to drop points. But I feel West Ham, they have some decent players that we can use, like Antonio, we can Bowen. He's like a renovated Salah. He's like he just wants to score all the time. And then Kufo as well from West Ham. So what do you think or what do you say about this West Ham team? Do you think they are growing in confidence, or do you think they're gonna drop off?
Listen, man, very valid point there on the West Ham team. Before I leave my 5 cents in the bin regarding to that, I just wanted to see what Anden Lee said here. I only transferred Salah out, and I already used my second wild card. Do you think that's a wise move from Mr. Anden Lee there? But wait first. Let me answer you on the West Ham team. I think that West Ham are a good team. but I do think that they lack depth. I don't think they can go on like this for the whole season. I don't think that they would be a team that could go. They can be in the race. They can make life difficult for most teams. But at the end of the day, it's going to be about squad depth. If West Ham is not gonna strengthen in this season, I fear that the players are going to get overplayed and they're going to get tired and then they're going to fall off the race. That is my opinion on West Ham. But they are a good team. They are a good team. So that's what I think. So the top four is definitely, that fourth place is definitely going to be between Arsenal, Leicester, West Ham, and Manchester United. We're going to fight it out for that spot. 1, 2, 3, I think is already settled. Going back to Andon's question, I only transferred Salah out and used my second wild card. Ashlen, do you think that's a wise move from Mr. Andon Lee?
I'm just checking something quickly. So Salah at the moment, his price is 12.8, right? And
yeah,
I think it's 12.8 at the moment. And for me, it's not a problem to transfer Salah out. But Salah started. Where did he start? I think he started around about 12.5 or to 12, and I wouldn't risk it to take Salah. Yes, he costs a lot. So I would maybe, if I wildcarded, I would leave him in the team. Or if you do, it's a difficult one because you're gonna waste a transfer now, and you're gonna have to bring him back. It's a difficult situation. I think if you like, and then he's on top, right? He's leading at the moment. So
he's on top. He's on fire.
He's just getting something away. So he wants to maintain that spot. He wants to maintain his points. So it's going to be interesting to see like how he's going to bring Salah back. Because now with this double game, you just need one captain, and then you more or less make the same points. And he will already be a transfer behind because when Salah comes back, you need Salah. Salah is like, I don't know if he's going to get Ballon d'Or, but this guy is playing out of his skin at the moment.
Yeah, there was a Facebook user said that we should have Brian Skuman on the show. We're looking for Brian. If you can give me Brian's contact, man, please leave it to me so I can get contact to Brian, because currently Brian Skuman is just a name and he's also a leader in the Fantasy Premier League. So I don't know actually who he is, but please, man, if you have his details, send it forward to us. And then Lee said, for me, the second half of the season is going to be all about differentials. I don't know what that is. Ashlen, could you please elaborate? He said for the second half, it's going to be all about differentials for him. What do you think?
Okay, so a lot of us, we know what a differential is. A differential is basically a player that has less than, let's say, 10% ownership. And it's basically someone who the top guys don't have. So that if he performs, you make points on them, because they don't have this player. Yeah. That's why it's so difficult to claw back points if you've lost points, because you all have the same players. We all have Salah, we all have Trent, I don't know who we all have, Ronaldo. So even if those players make points, like you're not gonna make points up on the players above you. So you need a differential. So that's basically what a differential is. And my response to that one, you need to have a balanced squad of, highly owned players as well as differentials. But the differentials you pick, you need to pick them. You need to be sure like, okay, he's going to make points, because if he just brings 2 points in, you might as well have a bench for that or something.
Yeah. Listen, man, the comments is flying in thick and fast. Ashlen, we the guys have a lot of questions for you, man. And Andon Lee is firing from all angles. So let me just go to his next comment. He said, this is a Facebook user that said, I think they will eventually sell their key players for funds. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think they will eventually sell the key players for funds. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I do. Okay, so the Facebook user is actually Tony. It's Tony Skuman.
Okay, hi Tony. Mr. Skuman, how are you, man? Thank you very much for joining us, boss. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Welcome. I think they may be. It's a difficult one. Because there's a game that there's a different kind of game that people play, which is to farm cash, you know. So they buy
Yeah.
cheaper players who will rise in value, and in the second part of the season they will sell these players who all rose in value. Like for example, what's it, Gallagher, Smith Rowe, like I'm not sure who else. There are quite a few guys who actually rose a lot, and to sell them and you make half of the value that they rose. You make half of the value, so you can actually use this to get a bigger squad, or not a bigger squad, the squad that's more value. For example, like the
Yeah.
Son, or you can get more players in. Hmm.
Yeah, so it's almost like oh, like Tony said here, Bowen, Antonio, Benrahma will eventually make their way to bigger clubs.
Um, hmm. Okay, something. What do you have to say about this? Do you think Bowen, Antonio, and Benrahma will make their way to bigger clubs
Yeah, yeah,
this
no,
season?
yes, they will definitely. Not this season. Are we speaking fantasy now or real life? I'm a bit confused now. But
Hmm.
in real life, in in real life, I do think that they have the quality to move to bigger clubs. Definitely, definitely, they have the quality to move to bigger clubs. Bowen, Antonio, Benrahma, all of them are quality players, and they would fit into any big team. The Manchester Cities, the Liverpools, even they can come to Arsenal and Manchester United because we're still bigger than them, even though they are in the race. So yeah, I think they will make their way to some bigger teams. Let me just get to our next comment from Mr. Lee Messenheimer. Ashlen, you have to excuse us because the comments are flying, and we need to listen to each and everyone's points. Guys, I'm like Bolt, the last bend. He puts on the nose. Yeah, Lee, you almost now. Where's Lee? I think fourth or fifth in the league.
Yeah, I think Lee is fifth. Yeah, sixth.
Is he sixth? No, Lee's in a quite favorable position. Lee, I saw you were climbing and you were climbing and you were like you always in there, you always in there. You and Ashlen and those guys are still battling it out. But the three guys on top, Brian Skuman, Joey November, and Andon Lee, they are flying, man. They are flying. They are flying. And Andon Lee said he used his wild card. So yeah, Lee, I hope you don't leave your NOS for too late because remember there's also the NOS also needs time to accumulate and pick up pace. Let me see. This is the next one. I think it's from Andon. Andon said, "Would it be wise to fill your team with players who have double game weeks?" Lol.
Hmm.
Ashton, what do you say about that one?
Um, it's quality over quantity at the end of the day. So it if it works out for you, yes, definitely. Because if you look at it, if you put someone in who are definitely going to play, or people who are definitely going to play, then you already have 4 points.
Yeah,
You know? But then again, the likes of a Kane or who, Bowen, he's going to play once. He doesn't play twice. So if he scores, like he's on form right now, and if you don't have him in your team, he looks likely to score. He's like Salah at the moment. Yes. Then again, who did they play against? They played against Norwich, right? Norwich. I'm not sure who they played against, or Leeds. So it's a difficult question. I'm not sure, but what I
um,
would do is I would have a balanced team, yeah, where I have like players who play twice, but also some of the regulars who I know are on form.
Facebook user says he agrees with Tony. Facebook user says he agrees with Tony. Andon Lee has another comment. He says, "I'm curious, anyone taking a risk on continue?" Listen, for me, it's too early. Personally, Andon Lee, for me, it's still too early to take a risk on continue. I won't take a risk on continue because I have to see him at least for 2 to 3 games just to see in what type of mindset is he. I posted on the group earlier and I asked, is he going to be a hit or a miss? And you, Andon Lee, responded, he's going to be a miss. Would you like to elaborate for us in the comment section why? And while I'm at it, And you, Ashlen, are you willing to take a risk on Coutinho?
I think that's a wait and see, because there are talks that his fitness level is not up to standard yet. So he might come off the bench, or he might start, but he won't play 90. And at the moment, I just think it's a big risk to get him in the team, especially the guys that are performing at the moment. I would rather go with some solid players at the moment that I know, where I can get some nice points, like for example Rafina or Bowen or something, someone like that. Wait and see for me.
Right. I just wanna go to Andon's comment quickly. He says, "Well, I'm a Barca fan, lol. That's self-explanatory. So that's why you said he's gonna be a miss, because he was a miss at Barcelona. He didn't reach his form, Andon. But he was also at Bayern. You are." Andon says, "Continue is a piece of wood." Listen, Andon, this is strong comments, man. This is strong comments, because I was quite impressed with Continue at the end of the back end of last season, the way he played at Bayern Munich before returning to Yale. I think he's going to be a great player under Steven Gerrard. I think Gerrard is going to get the best out of him. Honestly, and that's my opinion. Ashlen, what do you say?
Yeah, it's a wait and see. I mean, they do have decent players like Ole Watkins, and I'm not sure. I'm blank. I don't know. But yeah, I think Coutinho, he has the quality, but I'm not sure. It's just wait and see at the moment.
Man, I like to keep up the good work. Thank you, Facebook user, for the kind words, man. We really appreciate it. We're gonna try and keep up the good work. And thank you very much for tuning in and leaving your comment in the comment section. One guy's asking, how is Russia, bro?
Your Russia is cold. It's currently maybe minus. It's a -6. It was -16 this morning. So it's -6 now. It's snowing. So it's not too bad. Thank you for asking.
Okay. Yeah. Let me just see. Lee Messenheimer says, but he will have a Paki Blitz support at Villa. This is what Lee is saying about Coutinho. Listen, I also think that Coutinho is going to dominate the headlines with his first game, and that's against you guys. That I think Coutinho is going to start against you. At least he's going to get some minutes against you. What do you think Coutinho is going to do against you guys in the form that you're currently in?
Awesome. I'm not. We're gonna play Fred and somebody, so I don't know who that somebody is. It might be. I think he'll go with Matic, and the midfield will probably get overrun again, as always, because Matic is slow, and it's going to be a difficult game. Like Villa, they are ready for us. They are waiting for us, and they sitting with us so hard, and they haven't beaten us at that their stadium for the past 25 years or so. So they are ready for us, and I just want to say something, and I'm like, a Facebook user is Kevin Morta. So welcome,
hi Kevin Morta, man.
Welcome.
Yeah, so if the game against you guys, Manchester United versus Aston Villa in the cup, was anything to go by, I think there's going to be fireworks coming on this weekend. Because I think Aston Villa just went there to feel hoe se hulle in Afrikaans voel 'n bietjie op polse, and I think they did feel your pulse, and I think that they feel that they are ready for you guys. And then Lee said he made mini appearances at Bayern. Yeah, mini appearances, which was quite good. The guys,
mini appearances.
Yeah, the guys are pushing us now towards the predictions for the Arsenal versus Liverpool game tonight, Ashlen. But before that, I want to go back to last night's game of Chelsea versus Tottenham. A very controversial call there from Harry Kane. Could you please explain that to me? I saw you did leave some information in the group so that it is explainable, but I'm very slow when it comes to this sorts of stuff. Can you please explain to me what happened there? How can that be an offside of Kane and whoever is there, Rudiger is in the post and the keeper is somewhere else? How can Kane be offside? Please explain. Please explain.
Yeah, this was also confusing to me a few years ago, but now I understand. So if the goalkeeper comes out, right, the defending team, they need to have two players behind the ball. You know, they need to have two players behind the ball at all times,
What?
or behind the back line. The back line. You
Yeah.
know. So if a player is between the two players, it's offside because there need to be two players. Right? Unfortunately, that's the rule. The the on-field player, he isn't the goalkeeper, and he can't be the goalkeeper. He can't save the ball with his hands at all because that's red card, off penalty red card. So there should always be two players behind, or the last player. There need to be two players for the player to be onside, the attacker to be onside. So that's why it's called offside.
Okay, thank you very much, man. Alan says, yeah, it's an old and stupid rule. Yeah, and then I do
Mhm.
agree. I don't understand it. I feel that if there's a player, and it's your opponent and he's behind the goalkeeper, he's still making you onside. Period. That. But we're not football experts. Let them continue with writing the rules. Alan says at this point anyone can beat Man United. I think he's just taking a slight dig at you there, Ashlen. But I think he will
Mhm.
take that on the cheek because at this point you do know that Manchester United is not performing according to standards. Lee says tonight is going to be a rundown. Pool to win 4-0. Lee, listen, man, that is a very big prediction that you're predicting there. Um, I do know that you're going to field a very strong squad. I don't think you're going to field a second-hand squad. I think tonight's game is going to be more quality. I think Arsenal needs to get out of the forest. If they're still in the forest, I think it's time for them to return and get to the form that they need to be. So tonight's game, Lee, I'm going for Arsenal win, which is going to be 2-0. You're not going to score. I think Saka's going to score. And I think Smith Rowe and Odegaard is out. So that is a terrible miss for me. So I have no creative flair. I don't even know what the starting lineup looks like. I don't even know who's going to start. But I just hope that Arsenal can bounce back from the defeat. But I know that Jota is going to start probably. Oxlade Chamberlain, Milner is there, Minamino. So Liverpool is not gonna take this game lightly, man. What is your opinion, Ashlen?
I think, well, Arsenal are they're always in the run for cups, like FA Cup or Carabao Cup. They're always there. And I'm actually looking at the lineups at the moment. And so Ben White is starting at the back. In middle, you have Sambi. I don't know who Sambi is. Sambi and Xhaka, Martinelli, Lacazette, Saka, and Nketiah up front. Well, at the moment, the only two players missing for Liverpool or Mane and Salah, basically. Because
Yeah,
they play
yeah, that's
Fabinho,
true.
Henderson, Milner, Jota, Firmino, and Takumi. Watch out for the Jack Takumi.
Yeah, I think it's
So,
Minamino. I think it's
mhm.
Minamino. I'm afraid of that Japanese guy, man.
I think so my predictions for tonight, I think it's gonna be like a draw, and then you guys will go to extra time. And I think that's where Arsenal's luck will come from.
Um, Facebook user says it's a tough one. I don't know if it's Tony or it's the other guy. Lee says, talk to me after this game. This is Anfield. Lee, I'm not denying it. No, man, listen, I'm not denying it. I do know Anfield, and I think you're going to sing that song wonderfully tonight. Uit julle bors uit, né? Dink julle gaan hy so uit julle bors uit sing. But I also think that Arsenal needs now, after that lose against Forest, I think that we're still hurting. But I think that we should now take the hurt out in the correct manner and rectify our mistakes that we did in the Forest game and start this game with a bang and take the game to you guys, because I do feel that in attacking areas we are quite clinical if we can be clinical, and it all depends on the defense you're going to set up. And then Lee says, FA Arsenal Cup. We are out of that cup, man. You know, Mos and Lee. We are in the forest. I don't know when we're gonna get out of the forest again, but tonight's Carabao Cup. Tonight is the Carabao Cup. And the Lee, tune in for the game. Lee, I'm definitely gonna chat to you on the game of war while we're watching the game. You know we're gonna be bantering there. But yeah, thank you very much, man, Lee, for all your comments. Thank you very much, Andon Lee, for all your comments. Tony, whoever is in the comment section, guys, we really appreciate you keeping us on the air and keeping us live. Facebook user says, I'm looking for a pool Chelsea final. Oh, this is probably Tony. I don't even need to know who the Facebook users. I know this is Tony. Some things we have to settle this season. Tony, yeah, in the ideal world, it would be a pool. It would be a pool Chelsea final. I also agree that the pool Chelsea final would be awesome. But I also think that Arsenal Chelsea final would be awesome because we also have a score to settle with you guys. We played each other once in the beginning when Lukaku came on there with his big feet and scored a goal. They didn't take into account his offside because of the size of his foot. The other guys are all wearing sevens. He's wearing a 10. So now they said he's not offside. So we do have a score to settle with that man, Mr. Lukaku. So yeah, your prediction is valid. I do think a pool and Chelsea final is going to be awesome, Tony. What do you say, Ashlen?
Yeah, we out of this cup, so we call this the Pep Cup, because Pep he's really interested into this Carabao Cup. I think he won it like every season since he's been here. So I'm not sure. So yeah, for me it's a Mickey Mouse Cup, man. Because it's Carabao. It doesn't really count. So.
It's over with. It's over with. Listen, man. At the end of the day, it's over with. And that adds to your cabinet, even though it means nothing. It's a Mickey Mouse Cup, but it does spur you on. You were at Wembley. You did play a final. You did play against the best teams going to the final. Actually, Pep takes the Carabao Cup very seriously. So who are we not to take it seriously? You understand what I'm saying? I'm taking this seriously, and I hope Arsenal can prove me right tonight. I'm in my lucky Arsenal gear, as you can see here, Ashland.
Oh
I
my
even have my Arsenal sandals. So if I'm in my lucky Arsenal gear, I don't lose. There you guys can see full out Arsenal. Um, so my feet
God.
must walk Arsenal, and I must be everywhere Arsenal. And then Lee says, Rommel, Lukaku, the name says it all. Aye, 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 aye. Tony, you're gonna leave that man like that? You talk that about Lukaku, your top striker? No, man, no, man, no, 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 no. Facebook use. I think this is Tony that says here.
Mhm.
Always Mickey Mouse when you're not there. They say. Ashland, I think that is directly to you.
Totally. I understand you guys, but guys, let's keep it to fantasy, guys. You guys can fight
We,
later. You know what I'm saying?
I think the guys already derailed long time ago from fantasy. Yeah,
Fantasy,
let's
yeah,
try.
the guys don't feel like it. Um,
Let's go back to fantasy. So Ashland,
so
yeah.
something I wanted to bring up. So this is actually about soccer current style in its team, and we don't really have a lot of like time to change the team. So what do you guys think we should do? Like, should we wild card or should we play like free hit, or should we triple captain? Because that team is almost dead. It's got Salah in there, and then a lot of guys are injured. So I feel we should wildcard. I don't know about you guys, but what do you guys say? If we wildcard, who should we put in, and who do you think are going to explode in these double game weeks?
Haha. I'm just reading Lee's comment quickly. FA stands for Arsenal, but tonight it stands for final appearance because second leg is gonna be a practice run. Fair enough, Lee. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm gonna take the banter. I have nothing against you. Um, going to the next one, and then Lee. Tony says we're gonna meet in the final, and then I told you shouldn't speak about Tony's team like that. And then Lee says Madison should come into the squad. I do agree. On the members of Soccer Colors team, we're there now. Madison should come into the squad. I think personally, Ashland, I don't know what the feeling is of the guys because we all have a say in this team, but I think personally it is time for the wild card. I think it's time to pull out the wild card because, like you said, most of our guys are dead in that team and we need to freshen up. So Madison number
Yeah.
one. I think you should dot it down. I think you should dot it down.
Yeah, medicine is a good one, but then again, as I said earlier on, they might get hit by COVID and get a game was too postponed, because Leicester is probably the only team that haven't had a break, a COVID break. So I think they're forcing it now to get there. As I say, every team gets his day, but I think Leicester is going to get 1 or 2 games postponed. But if not, yeah, why not? Why not? He's good there. I think we need to put Bowen in there. What do you say?
No, I totally agree. Bowen has been excellent for West Ham. He's a cheap option and he's always a goal threat and he's always looking to create stuff. So as you're dotting down the names now, I'm just gonna go through what the guys say. But as for Madison and Bowen, I think they are two starters. We already have two names there. In which positions do you feel that we should change up?
Let me just have a look at the team. I'm not sure what the team looks like.
I'm
Okay,
sorry, man.
I'll
I'm
just
not in
put it
front
up
of my
here.
PC right now. I'm streaming
Okay,
from the phone.
so the team, we've got James there, which is that he's got a hamstring. So, what's that guy from Chelsea? James, what's his name? He's
James.
injured. Yeah,
Oh, Reese. Yeah.
James is injured. This he Chang Wang from Wolves. He's also injured.
What?
Livramento. He okay. Livramento is also injured. Salah is gone. Smith Rowe is injured. He's in the team. Ronaldo is obviously going to play. Basuma is away on international duty. And then I think Trent will be back at the weekend. I think he's already back. Yeah, Trent is playing tonight, so he's back. So there are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players missing. So I think it's time for wildcard. Because
Yeah, I also think
after
so.
wildcard, after free hit, your team goes back to the original team, and I don't think we want that.
Yeah, let's do a wild card. And then Lee Tony says I think Ashlen is looking for free tips. Brian is here saying Ashlen is looking for free tips. Hi Brian, Brian Skuman, thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for even if you're not here in person. Thank you very much. We feel your spirit. Thank you. So now we have the top 2 or 3 guys of the Fantasy Premier League. I asked Jaywin to join us. I don't think he's capable to do it. I think he practiced tonight. He was at the practice. So I don't think he got home in time. And then Lee says he's looking for a cheap striking option. Any names? Do you have any names that you can give him, Ashlen?
Cheap striking options.
Yeah.
Even me, I don't have any cheap striking options. This is one Boyka from Leeds, but I think he's got an ankle injury. It was Joe Gelhardt or Gelhardt or something. I'm not sure who, like Antonio, but they're not cheap. I don't believe in cheap strikers. I just put a 4.5 there and he can just sit on the bench or something. I like to play with 2 strikers or 4-4-2 or 3-4-3 or 3-5-2 or something. I don't like a third striker at all. It's just better. I can just have more midfielders in the team. I'm not sure who. What do you think? Do you have any cheap players for him to put in?
No. As you said, the guys said we are looking for tips right now. I think now the guys are starting to play the cards near to their chest. Facebook user says, I think it's Tony. He says it's too soon for a wild card. And then Lee says, Broja is a beast.
Something about Broja. They are getting Wolves away, who they don't concede many. Then they're getting City at home. Then they're getting Spurs away. Then they're getting United away. Then they're getting Everton at home. So those 5 fixtures, that's at least a month. So I think it's time to wait maybe on Broja. They start playing Everton on the 19th of Feb, and then they're getting Norwich, Villa, Watford, Burnley, Leeds. Like there's some decent pictures there. So maybe wait on Broja. I don't think he's going to do anything.
Okay. Lee says keep free hit for big game week. Do you guys agree with Lee on that one? Listen, guys, I can't say anything. This is my first season. You guys are the experts on this. I just say play wild card. That's all. I don't know. That's why we have Ashlen
Um,
here.
this is one Boyka from Everton who scored 2 goals at the weekend against Brighton. Um, he's 4.5 and his ownership is like 0.6%. And Everton's next fixtures, Everton is always a trap. So I'm not sure, but they're getting Norwich and then they're getting Villa at home, Newcastle away, Leeds at home, and the last one is Southampton before they get City away, City at home. So they have 5 decent fixtures, which they don't have a double game week, but they do have 3 fixtures still to be confirmed. So I mean, he should be a decent shout. Some of Everton's players, I don't know, it's Keane might be a decent shout as well. So they
Okay.
have 4 or 5 winnable fixtures back to back.
Okay.
Gordon.
Fa- Facebook user says, "Can I join your club?" Facebook user, I'm not sure if it's Tony or Brian or what Facebook user this is. What club are you talking about? Fantasy Premier League club, our physical football club that we have here, Calistal FC. You're talking about the YouTube channel club, the Facebook club. Please elaborate a little bit more for us on there, and please leave your name so I can know who you are. If you want to join my soccer club, we are practicing every night from 6 to 8 in Worcester. I will give you the details right after the show when I'm going to check in the comment section who are all the Facebook users that joined us. So thank you very much for that comment. And then Lee says, I only invest, let me see, I only invest in deep midfield and centre backs, only fullbacks. I use like 3 budget strikers. They pay decent rent as well. There you have
Mhm.
it. I'm not sure what he's talking about.
Yeah. He's playing. He's only playing with wing backs basically. As his back line. And 3 budget strikers. Yeah, maybe below 10. I think below 10 or 8 million or so. That's a decent one because at the end of the day, strikers, though midfielders, they get more points for scoring goals as well as clean sheets. So it makes sense, you know. Um, yeah,
Listen,
boy.
Ashlyn, do you know what? Sorry to spoil your word. I feel like I'm in the company of such experts right now because I'm sitting with the top 10 guys on this show currently. The guys that's in the lead, the guys that's still going to the lead, and the guys that have loads and loads of experience. So I didn't even know people could pay rent on Fantasy Premier League. That's that's something new for me. I didn't even know people could pay rent. It sounds like Monopoly now. But yeah, anyhow, let's go on to the next comment. And then Lee says, also Ashland, why don't we have a H2H league? Only the guys in the top 15 for the second half of the season. Sounds good.
Um,
Sounds good. Sounds
Head-to-head
good.
league, yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds
Um,
good. Sounds awesome. I know
sounds
I'm
good.
for the second half of the season. I know I'm not going to be in there. No, I'm already out of that position. I think it sounds good, Ashland. What do you think?
Yeah, but I think we should maybe have 2 leagues from the beginning, yeah, head-to-head and classic league, because I don't want to
Okay.
exclude anyone, you know.
Yeah,
Make
man.
it
Okay.
exclusive, you know, because
So
the
the
next
big
comment.
boys want to bumper.
I see. I think the next comment is from. Let me see. It's from Roderick. And
He's already online. He's already online.
yeah,
Why
that's
isn't
the
his
next
name
one.
showing? Why isn't his
Facebook
name
user
showing?
from Dennis from Watford. It says there. So
Is is
Dennis from Watford. It's the following one. Yeah, that's a really good shout actually. And let me just pull up the fixtures. And Dennis from Watford, he is currently at 6 million, which is kind of average price. They're getting Newcastle away, Burnley away, and Norwich at home, and that's a double game week fixture. The first one, Newcastle and Burnley. Very good shout there. Like I think I'm gonna put him in my team. He's coming straight to my team. That guy, I
so
don't know how it scores. Yeah,
you're catching the
I'm
tips, man.
catching.
You're catching the
Yeah,
tips. You're catching
I
the
think I
tips.
need to put Dennis. Dennis in the hashtag soccer color style team as well. Um,
Okay.
thank you, Roderick. Wow.
Thank you, Mr. Roddy, man. Thank you very much for joining the show, sir. Heard a lot of guys want to use their wildcard on CR7. Is that also Roderick's comment? I think so.
Evening, gents. Yes, that's Roderick. Yeah. The next one about investing is about Brian Skuman, Mr. Brian.
Okay, Mr. Brian, I'm gonna take some time to read your comment. Good evening, gents. Evening, Roderick. Evening. Thank you very much for joining the show. Yeah, thank you very much for joining the show. As we preparing for the Liverpool game, we're just taking you through the Fantasy Premier League stats. Agree investing in more in midfielders. I have no problem playing 5 midfielders in a game week. More potential for big points. That's Brian. Yeah, Brian. Listen, man. You are number one, so I'm also gonna do what you do. So I'm gonna invest now in midfield players, 5 midfield players in game week. More potential for big points. Now I'm gonna do that. What do you think about Brian's point, Ashlen?
Yeah. Good evening, Brian. It depends on what kind of midfielders, if they're playing up. It's quality over quantity at the end of the day. I would rather have a Son or a Kane instead of what's his Boyka, Zaka or something. Like, it depends. Like, if you have attacking midfielders, then definitely put them in the team, like Rafinha and guys like those guys. Daniel James, actually that's a joke.
Daniel James.
But yeah, that's a joke, But then again, But yeah, it depends. Watch the score sheets and watch the games, and you'll see, like, sometimes the player doesn't score, but he gets into so many dangerous positions that he might score a goal. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree with him definitely.
Okay. The next point comes from Andon. Derek, in this convo is like when Brighton was top of the Premier League in the beginning, low. Yeah. This conversation is like when Brighton was top of the Premier League in the beginning. Yeah, and then we know. It's nice when you're on top, man. It's very nice when you're on top. You can just look down to the guys and guide them in many ways. Facebook user says Madison also doing well, but not consistent in the league. Is that Brian or is it Roderick?
I think that is Roderick. Yeah, that's Roderick. I need to show that my mic.
So Madison is also doing well. Yeah. I think Maddie's name was mentioned. I think he's gonna make up one of the teams. Woo centre backs are good investments. I have Cody in my team. What do you think, Ashton? And then the Woo centre backs are good investments.
There's a Boyka is the left wing back. I don't know which one it is, but he's actually playing well, and he's doing his job. And if what's the guy's name, Jimenez or Hong could score, like, he would get more points. You know what I'm saying? He would get more assist points. But Wolves don't score many goals. They don't score a lot. So that's the only down point. Listen, I do have a question for you guys. Guys, it's getting close to Arsenal versus Liverpool.
We have to finish up in 9:30. It doesn't look like the guys want to leave us.
A question that I will have for you guys is who are we going to captain at the weekend? Like, because it's a double game week. Spurs are playing twice. United are playing twice. Many players, even Dennis, they play twice. Who do you think we should captain, and who should we look out, and who should soccer color star captain, guys? What do you think? Who are you going to captain at the weekend, Derek?
Very good question. I think I have Saka I captain Saka because I think Saka's going to step up at Tottenham. I do think he's going to step up at Tottenham. I think he's going to score, and I think he's going to do the iconic Thierry Henry celebration. Laka is going to score the next goal, and once Laka finishes, he's going to stand in front of White Hart Lane's fans without speaking a word, with his arms crossed like this, the Mbappe pose. That's what I'm seeing over the weekend. So yeah, that's for me. Roderick says he's not ready for Anfield tonight. Lee's is bantering him regarding the Anfield game. Guys, remember Ashlen's question, who are we captaining tonight? As I'm just going through some of the comments. And then Lee says, Brian is always on my case in the league law. Lay down a bit. Brian, why are you always on Andon's case, man? I do know why you're always on Andon's case, because you are constantly exchanging places one game week it's Anden, the next game week it's Brian. Then it just depends on where the best game week currently between you guys. Jaywin isn't far behind, and Jaywin is such a silent guy. Listen, man, Jaywin is a silent killer. I don't know where he gets his info from, where he gets his knowledge from. I speak a lot to him, but when it comes to Fantasy Premier League, he keeps his cards very close to his chest. Very, very close. I'm sure a lot of Fantasy Premier League guys have Saka in their squad. I have Saka in my squad.
Yeah, Saka. For me, it's like the at the moment, I don't actually want to take any risks. So Saka is actually a player that I would go for because he's not injury prone, like as the likes of what's his name, Smith Rowe. Like he picks up knocks very quickly. I think this is his third time he's injured at the moment or something. So he's definitely a player that I would put in because he's just never injured at all. Same with Salah. I'm gonna put in. I'm definitely not sure, guys. So wait, and then says Kane, right? Saka. Okay, I'll put Saka in the hashtag soccer colored style team, definitely. If he's not there yet at the moment, I'm just gonna swap him for Smith Rowe. Kane or Ronaldo for me for captain at the for this weekend. Yeah, Ronaldo's getting a lot of stick, but he just put out that interview, and I'm sure that the United players that were against, or the United fans that were against, what's his name, Ronaldo. I think he just won a few points from them, and we all know that he's not the problem in the United team. So I would put Ronaldo in as well. I'm sure he might even score a double or single. You can't count Ronaldo out. So yeah, for me, but Kane or Son, but Son is out. So Kane, some dark horse, Mora, Lucas Mora. Like watch out for Mora because he's cheap and they play twice. And something I want to say about you guys playing against them at the weekend, Tottenham are like Wolves. They don't concede many under this new coach, So watch out for him. Like they don't concede many. So that game might even be a 0-0 or 1 or 2-2 or not even 2-2, maybe 1-1. So that's something to look out for.
The guys are fighting over Ronnie. Some say Saka should be captain, others say Kane. The guy said Ronnie's going to be a waste of money. I do agree that Ronaldo wouldn't be a good choice because he still needs to now show us what he can do. Lee says, let me just say this comment up. Lee says, nah, don't stop. Continue till game time. Lee, I wish we could, but on game time I have to pop onto another stream. I'm gonna do a live with some guy in Turkey. So that is a bit impossible for me to be with. Yeah, and I think Ashlen also has some other stuff that he needs to do. But definitely next week, this time again, we're going to be up at it. I thank you guys very much, all of you, for your comments. You've been awesome while you've been on the show. We can continue. You guys know we can continue the whole night when it comes to Fantasy Premier League. But yeah, time doesn't permit us. You could leave your last few comments as we're going to end up at 9:25. How dare you flex Mora, my secret out of the bag like that? Ashlen, how can you?
I didn't know. Like just someone thought of now when I realized that what's the guy's name? Son had gotten injury, so like what? Why not? Because he has pace. He has pace. He's like a B-Tech Salah. He's got the pace, but he doesn't have the ability to score. But yeah, so he's a good shout. And he likes to. Kane likes to drop deep and allow Mora to make the runs. So it's going to be an interesting game. Super interesting.
Facebook user says, some players want to bum with the big boys in EPL. Ronnie's struggling to run with the big boys. No, definitely. How does that song go? Tolier, I want to play with the big boys. Listen, guys, the big boys. Ron was now said he's not a big boy. You could see Lukaku was also not a big boy yet. So it's difficult to be a big boy, man. It's difficult to be a big boy, especially if the pressure's on you. Messi also wanted to run with the big boys. Look what's happening there. Arteta will walk alone tonight. Who's this guy? Who's this enemy of progress? Ashlen, who is this enemy of progress?
Arteta will walk alone is Roderick,
Roddy, how can you say that? How can you be an enemy of progress, man? No. The City versus...
Yeah, something I want to add, you have your own what do you call these flip-flops, So you don't walk alone, you walk on Arsenal,
I walk on Arsenal, man. I never walk alone. Listen, you can ask my boys if I wear this clothes. I didn't wear these clothes when we were playing Forest because I took it lightly and we lost. Every time I'm wearing these flip-flops, man, I never lose. Bye, gents. Arteta is playing with our emotions. I think that's Roderick. Yeah, Roddy, man. Listen, we're gonna catch up on the group in our little group where we do our stuff. After I'm done with the watch along in the Turkey guy, I'm gonna join you guys on that group as we're gonna discuss further because I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of bantering going on tonight. Either way, whether it's Liverpool way or Arsenal way, someone is gonna cry, someone is gonna be happy tonight. And then Lee says, "Where are you going live?" And then Lee's on one of those guys channels, man. It's an Arsenal channel from Turkey. It's Turkey Ghana. I will send you the link once it's done or the show. Then I'm gonna post it. There's a lot of guys that I've been getting requests from, and Arsenal fans especially who wants to discuss Arsenal stuff. And I don't necessarily want to bring my Arsenal comrades within our soccer color style thing because we are a community of various teams, and I try to keep it separate. But yeah, time doesn't permit us, and this new year has hit us with a bang. Good night, brothers. Says the one Facebook user, I think it's Tony or Brian. Good night, Brian. Good night, Tony. Every
Roderick,
Facebook user, thank you very much. Roderick, good night. Not good night. We're gonna chat later on in our Arsenal group. And Lee, aware, thank you very much for joining us. Ashlen, any last words? Because if we don't leave now, these guys are gonna continue.
Yeah, something I want to add, guys. If you have any suggestions who we can put in the team, please leave the players or please leave comments below because we have to change the team by tomorrow. Also, tomorrow evening is deadline, so change your team before tomorrow evening. I think at 7 or 8. And one more thing, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure here. Thank you for all the guys who commented. I appreciate it. We appreciate it, and we had Joel tonight, so we need to do it again.
Yes, definitely.
Thanks a lot.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Ashlen, thank you very much for your time. And I know you are a very busy boy, but we haven't chatted for a while. And also the guys haven't had their say and the comments read. And also we haven't had this dialogue in quite some time. I hope that we're going to continue. And because, these last 2 months was hectic. But as we're finishing up the season now, I think we're going to stay strong until the end of the season. And also in the World Cup, we need to continue. We're going to start with our watch-alongs again like we did in the Euros. So we're going to be covering the World Cup. I have a source in Qatar, a personal guy. Listen, Ashlen, man, I'm sitting in South Africa, but I'm already, I have a lot of international friends, including you. And it's just growing further, man. So yeah, power to the people, power to social media, power to Facebook, power to everyone that loves football. So that's from me, man. Ashlen, it's been fun. We chat again. This is Soccer Color Style, guys, signing out.
Cheers.